Hi everybody, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. In this video I want to give you a very negative example. Fortunately it was not directly connected to one of our clients, but this is an example of or a lesson if you will, which will help you to avoid unnecessary and undesired consequences of bad actions, if you will, if you're looking to come to Canada. Let me just clarify what I'm talking about. As an international student, you're coming to Canada, and typically when you're studying here, you may listen advices, if you will, from people who are saying that as an international student, as a student overall, if you're not feeling well, if you're feeling that you're exhausted after the first semester, you could take this academic break and later on continue your studies. Now, to make things even worse, lots of students are actually doing the following. They're taking this break, they're studying to work, which they're not supposed to. They're working full-time, assuming that this is exactly the break which is explained in immigration legislation. They're working full-time, and then say 6-7 months after, they resume their studies. Now guys and gals, please do not forget one thing. Your study permit is supposed to be invalidated if you're not studying for more than 90 days. So the first day you left from your studies, you got 90 days left, right? And then your study permit would be deemed to be invalidated. I'm not saying that you would be automatically kicked out of the country, but if officers find out about this, yes, you would be removed. Now, next thing, as an international student, you're not supposed to take these breaks, and of course, God forbid, you're not supposed to work in here full-time, because when we're talking about full-time job, and the fact that you're allowed to work full-time, there we're talking about those breaks between semesters, right? So you got a couple of weeks on vacations when you could work full-time. It does not mean that you could take that period of 4, 5, 6 months, even 1 month between those studies and work full-time, unless this is, as I said, authorized vacation, right, which was given to you by a college. Now, situation where you stopped your studies, you worked for 6-7 months, then you resumed your studies again, would have lots and lots of negative consequences. And one of those, as an example, the person dialed us right from the border where she went for vacations with her boyfriend to the United States, and what happened is, on her re-entry to Canada, officers started questioning her, finding out that she exactly was studying for 1 semester, then she took this break, which she was not supposed to, and she was working during this break. So doing things and making things worse, they actually seized her cell phone, read her messages, found out that she was working full-time, which is absolutely illegal, right? And she was removed from the country. She was not even allowed to remove to Canada because she had visa to the US, and what they told her is like, well, feel free to get yourself tickets back home from the US and fly back home without being authorized to return to Canada. Now, I mean, in order to avoid this unnecessary complications, what you could do is plan your studies carefully. I understand it's sometimes difficult, it's challenging, it could be mentally challenging, you're away from the family, etc., etc. But before you make those steps, just come for the consultation. Talk to us if necessary, right? Send us an email, ask a question that never hurts, and we would be glad to assist you out. And then you would decide what to do next. Stay tuned with us, and of course, do not forget to subscribe for the channel.